All right, we're gonna get right into it today. It's remarketing, Ryan. RE, is that real estate? Yes, but it's also real energy marketing, and that's reliable, enthusiastic, authentic, loving energy marketing. And I want to show you how to be reliable using your video today, how to be enthusiastic, showing off your property, be authentic in your brand, and loving to those who are tuning in and giving you the opportunity to spread your message and show your awesome house behind you. If you're going to be joining us on Tampa Bay's virtual caravan, I want to give you some tips and tricks on how to best use your phone, whether you're by yourself or you have somebody with you. We have the best asset in our business right now, and that is our cell phone. It's a camera that happens to make calls as well, and I want to show you how to best use it today. If you have a phone within the last couple of years, you've got the capabilities of shooting up to 4K, 60 frames per second, something that videographers years ago wouldn't have imagined would be on your cell phone. So I want to show you what's the best setting to use. We're going to talk about that first. Get into your settings, whether Android or iOS, and go into your phone. What I want you to do, we have the ability to shoot up to 4K, 60 frames per second, but let's make it easy on ourselves. But 1080p, 60 frames per second is really going to show up well on all of your social networks, and it's going to be able to make it really easy to file transfer. So let's get into our settings on our phone. We're going to get in to the cell phone, and we're going to go to our settings and go to the area of the camera settings and go down until we see our frames per second and our resolution. We do want to go to 1080p at 60 frames per second, and we went over the details on why that's important. Now, I know a lot of us are using stories and we want to have our phone vertical, like we've always done for our selfies and just holding the phone naturally. But to get the most real estate out of your video, I want you to hold it horizontal, whether you're holding it alone or having someone with you. As you notice, let's talk about holding and having, creating our videos on our own. When we're holding it on our own, we have a natural tendency with our limbs to shake. And that's something that we want to try to eliminate if we can when filming our properties. So I highly suggest, and I'll have all these recommendations at the end of the video, to get yourself a gimbal. It's going to cost around $100 and be a great asset to step your game up with video marketing. This is going to be able to put your phone right into the gimbal and have a 3-axis system where you can pan, tilt very easily, very smoothly, and not lose people to a shaky video like a found footage scary film. We don't want that to look this way when we're showing off our property. But if you have to, just make sure that you're holding your camera with both hands and being as steady as possible. Maybe even turning with the hips and just using some tricks like that to be able to stabilize your footage. Or another suggestion that I have is get a program called Filmic Pro. It's just a couple dollars in the App Store, and you can use that. It has a great digital stabilization. So the footage that you are taking, it's going to digitally stabilize that for you, which could be real help if you don't have a gimbal. I'll have a couple gimbal suggestions at the end of this video. But again, we went over the resolution that we want, 1080p, 60 frames per second, holding it horizontally. And if you have somebody with you, that's really going to help, because I want your biggest asset in your brand to be seen along with the house, and that's you. I want you to be able to be in frame, but also have the house be the main feature. Another tip that I got from a great agent, you can take it or leave it, is not using adjectives when describing the home. Getting into the house, we want to use terms like beautiful and these things that we feel it is, but maybe just presenting and figuring out ways to best present the property and the best features and specs of the home without adding adjectives to it about how we feel about the property, allowing those